It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for our weekly trip to the new zoo.
Neil Anderson joins us live from Swamico this morning. Hi, Neil.
Hey, good morning. Well, we're inside the lion den, and you can see we got kind of a packed house in here. Packed den, I should say, and in this case, you can see our lion pride. And one of the things we're going to show you today is we're getting ready to go ahead and ship two of the young females out. We got Akila and Jamala. And they're over here, the one's down here on the right, and the other one's coming up right now next to each other. And those two lions are going to be heading to the Memphis Zoo. Now, our lions are part of an endangered species program, and they're purebred lions. You know, so when we talk about purebred lions, you know, a lot of people ask what's purebred and what's generic. Well, the one thing with purebred is that we know their genetic background. And it's real important as far as breeding programs, because if we do know their background, then we can kind of plan their family tree so we can maintain that genetic base that's going to be so crucial if they ever had to go back into the wild. Because having that particular genetic base will give them the tools to be able to survive. But what we're going to do today is Dr. Gilbert will be coming out and we'll be doing pre-shipment testing. So when we move animals from one zoo to another, what we'll do is we'll get pre-shipment requirements from the veterinarian from the other institution. So the veterinarians will talk. They'll go ahead and say, what do we need to do? In this case, they'll want to make sure the immunizations are up to speed, and they're going to do a little bit of blood work. So they get a base blood value. So all this goes along with their records. So we'll be actually blow darting the two young ones. You know, like I say, you can see the size of them. I mean, they're just about the same size as the adult female Ajaya, who's over in this area right here. And then the male, he is going to be heading out to the Buffalo Zoo, and he'll be part of the Buffalo Zoo, and that'll probably be in a couple months. But in March, I'll be driving down the two little females down to Memphis, so they'll be getting ready to go. And what's going to be neat is that these two little ones are going to be spending time together, so they're going to be part of the permanent new exhibit down at the Memphis Zoo.
And so we're going to be left with who?
Well, what's going to end up happening is then we're going to be left with Mom and Dad, Shambe over here, and what the plan is then is we'll look at the recommendations. So every year we get new recommendations on if they should breed or not, and it looks like what will end up happening is then she'll be bred again. These are young lions, these two. Their genetic background is very important to the population. So it looks like we'll go ahead, we'll be probably having these guys get together, have some additional cubs. Now normally what we'd like to do in that program, what we'd call an SSP, is keep the little ones just like they would, you know, in the wild, especially the males, for a couple years. So what we have to do, because we're part of that program, we have to make sure that we can keep this space available for 2 years, which we have. Now, these guys were born a couple of years ago. They're just a little over 2 years old, about 2 years and about 2 months. And you can check the male out. You just see the size of him right now. So you can imagine in here we got kind of a packed house, but it's going to be great because they're all going to good homes and good exhibits.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Neil, we'll check back with you next hour, okay?
Hey, sounds good.
See ya. He's yawning.
I know, it's contagious. Except we don't have those big teeth.
No.